Hey guys, welcome back into the Northwest Georgia High School Football Pick'em Show. It's just me and Chris this week. Lawrence is doing his real job this week, so we have Lawrence's picks, and we'll reveal them as we go. Of course, if you hadn't joined us before, we're going to look at all the games in the Northwest Georgia area. We'll look at some of the spreads for fun, and then we'll pick our games. It looks like we discussed off air a lot of homecomings this week, and the spreads show that the homecoming schedule is kind of light.
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
there's a lot of wide spreads out there for homecoming week. So, but don't forget to pay homage to your kings out there. I know I saw a couple. I saw a couple kings crowned early, and we'll see them at halftime. I know King Manny's out there at Creek and King Seth at North Murray. So don't forget to give those guys a high five.
it's not only about your queen; you got your king too. All righty, I'm gonna go ahead and roll the games this week on the bottom, and we'll just go ahead and get started picking. East Coweta at Carrollton. Carrollton is a 13-point favorite. Um, I'll just go ahead and give you my thoughts on this one. I honestly figured it would be a little more. I know East Coweta is not a terrible team, but Carrollton's been rolling, especially at home. I'll take Carrollton in that one.
I'm taking Carrollton. I think they're underrated. I know they're a top 10 team, but I still think they're underrated a little bit. And also, Lawrence is also going with Carrollton.
So our first of many, I believe, where we're all going to pick the same team here, but Carrollton carries. Hey, Miss Tia. Miss Tia is always always on. She's giving us a wave. Next game, Paulding County at Douglas County. Douglas is a 15.5 point favorite. I like those Paulding County teams this year. They've been surprising a little bit. I think I'll take Douglas on this one at home, but and closer than what the experts say, quote unquote.
I'm gonna I'm gonna stick with Paulding County. I said the other night I really like every school from Paulding County. It's good
Yeah.
football down there. So this is one of my upsets, Paulding County, and Lawrence is going to go with Douglas County.
So Lawrence is going with Douglas as well. Um, Back to back Paulding County schools here. New Manchester at South Paulding. South Paulding is a big favorite at home. Too much talent on that South Paulding team. I think they show out at home and they get a big win this week
Yeah,
over New Manchester.
yeah. I got South Paulding, very talented football team, and Lawrence also is going South Paulding.
Yeah, I kind of saw that one coming. The trifecta of Paulding County schools. We got East Paulding at Langston Hughes. Now, in this particular instance, Langston Hughes has been pretty dominant and very good team. And I'm going to go with Langston Hughes. And we may be calling their name later on in the season in the playoff matchups.
Yep, I'm going Hughes as well, and so is Lawrence. That's a tough football team.
Yeah. We'll move on down to the next ones. All righty. Big time football here. We got Sequoia at Rome. Rome's a 23.5 point favorite. They've got that offense going, and the defense has been just as good as advertised. I think Rome wins in a big one at home at Barron Stadium.
Yep, Lawrence is going to agree with you. He's going Rome too. I'm going to go with Rome, even though it's going to get me in trouble here in a minute. There's
Uh-oh.
somebody looking at me, and that someone is also the owner of a Sequoia Chiefs leather jacket, and she's not happy about my pick.
Oh boy. Hey, it's not a pick from the heart; it's a pick from the head. So the
Yeah,
heart's picking Sequoia.
yeah. Sorry, honey.
Moving on to the next game here, we got Cartersville, which was an upset a couple weeks ago by Calhoun in a thriller, three overtime ordeal at Cass, and Cartersville's a 20-point favorite. I like Cartersville in this game. I think Cass is much improved. I think they might hang around for a little bit. I think the 20 points might be about right. It'll be tough to say. But if Cass shows up at home, you never know. But I'm going to stick with Cartersville.
Yeah, I'm going to go Cartersville here. I think they're just too tough. It's a talented team. I like Cass. There's a lot of dudes on that Cass team, but I'm going Cartersville. And let me pull up Lawrence. Lawrence is also going Cartersville.
All right, we got that another talented team, Hiram at Calhoun, which is, you know, talented as well. We've seen them pull the upset that I just mentioned. 34 and a half point favorite. And I like Calhoun. I'm not sure if it gets to that spread, but I like Calhoun in the game.
Yeah, I'm going Calhoun. I like Calhoun. I think that was a big win for them against Cartersville. I think it's just a stepping stone. I think they take off from here.
I
And
agree with
Lawrence is also going Calhoun.
Woodland at Dalton. I spoke with somebody earlier in the week that's going to be at this game, and he said he's excited to see that Dalton running back, and I think he's going to gain some yards this week en route to a big time Catamount win. I got Dalton in this one.
I'm going Dalton as well. Tyson Greenwade is going to continue to have a stellar season, and Lawrence agrees. He's going Dalton.
So we're pretty much chalk so far. I don't think it's going to stop here. Looking at the first game on this list here, Cedartown, a 34 and a half point favorite at Heritage. Man, Heritage is a senior laden team, a good team. It's just that spread just tells you how highly thought of Cedartown is, and I believe that it'll probably be around that 4 touchdowns, something like that. Cedartown is just that good, I believe. I got Cedartown.
Yeah, I got Cedartown as well. I think the toughest game Cedartown is going to play this year. I think they're getting ready to play it. I still think they're an elite team, and Lawrence is going Cedartown as well.
Yeah, I would have been greatly surprised if he didn't go Cedartown there. Next game is a very interesting one in this region here, very important as well. Coming into the year, some would say that we didn't give Central the credit that they deserve. Here's their opportunity right here to get some of that credit in this region. Sitting at 0-1 and in the region, of course, their only loss was to what we look at as the best team in the region, Cedartown. So here's their chance. They're 8.5 point favorites at home. I'm going to stick with Central. I think that it may be closer than the 8.5. I like Sonoraville's team, and I think that they can, pose some issues. But I'm going to stick with Central at home.
I too am going to stick with Central. They played Cedartown tough early, and they hung with Cedartown for quite a while. And he said Cedartown's not only the best team in this region, I think they're the best 4A team in the state. And Lawrence is also thinking the same way. He's going Central.
I'm surprised that somebody didn't jump on that Sonoraville bandwagon. Like I said, I think it's closer than 8.5, but I think I'll stick with Central. Whitfield County schools. We got Southeast Whitfield and Northwest Whitfield. Southeast vastly improved, got a bunch of wins this year. Back in region play. Northwest, I think, is just a different animal than most people play. I mean, they're going to air the ball out. They're going to test you where you probably hadn't been tested, and I think Northwest will get this W.
Yeah, I'm going Northwest as well. I think Southwest or Southeast Whitfield, they'll keep it close. They can run the football. Brady Inslee's a very good running back, so they'll keep it close. But I'm going the Northwest, and Lawrence is also going Northwest.
All righty, the next one, Adairsville, 34.5 point favorite at Ridgeland. I think Adairsville got everything going in the right direction. Just trying to keep the train on the track and stay healthy. And I think that Adairsville wins this one pretty easily.
Yep. I'm going to Adairsville. too much offense. This is a very talented team that could be playing for a long time this season. So get your winter coach ready. And Lawrence also going to Daresville.
So 3 Adairsville picks, and we'll go to the next segment here. Coahula Creek at Ringo. What say you?
I'm going with the Creek here. I've been with the Creek. I've been a fan all year, and I'm sticking with them. I think they got the right talent to do this.
Coahula Creek on a underdog, 12.5-point underdog at Ringo. I guess this is your upset special of the week, your upset
This
pick
is
of the
my
week.
upset special of the week. I think
There
the
you go.
Colts know how big and how important this game is. It's a big one.
Write it down. The creek is rising. It's headed toward Ringo. I like it. Not a bad pick. I kind of battled back and forth on this one. I was honestly surprised at the 12.5-point spread. I think it really matters about how healthy the Creek is. I think Ringo has talent, and they're at home. I'm going to go. I'm going to go with Ringo on this one, and I think it's closer than a 12.5. I think it may be a last possession type thing, but I would not be surprised if Calder Creek wins the game.
Yep. And Lawrence agrees with you. He's going with Ringgold here. He told me he really likes some of the athletes for that Ringgold team.
Yeah. Next game, Lafayette at Bremen. Bremen is a 15.5-point favorite. I think that's probably somewhere about right. Bremen's, they come into the season, we are wondering what they were going to be able to field, and obviously they've got a real tough team. They got some size, they got skill. So I like Bremen against a good Lafayette team, kind of injury bit this season, and hopefully they'll keep it going, get it going in the right direction. But I think this week Bremen's a little too much for them.
Yep, I'm going Bremen as well. I like the way they run the football, control the clock, and Lawrence also is going Bremen.
All righty, this is what is this week 8?
Yep.
And this is the first even matchup that we've had all year long, which is crazy to think about it. A bunch of games we've seen. Gordon Lee at LFO. The line is even. Flip a coin. They like both of these teams equally, and I like both of these teams equally. I think LFO has showed this year that they have some abilities. They've jumped up and they've bit some folks, and they've played good games. Gordon Lee's, they run that offense that can be difficult to figure out. I think, this is just one of those run of the mill, whoever does the right things kind of speech. But I think it's going to be real prevalent in this game. You can't turn the ball over. You can't make mistakes. Penalties could hurt you. I tend to lean toward Gordon Lee in this one. And sorry for my Facebook user that says LFO for the win. Ladarius Bunch on a big night. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a pretty good night, but I'm going to go Gordon Lee and an Eager on the road at LFO.
This is the most intriguing matchup of the week here, the even spread. I guess the computers think these guys are pretty even. I'm going LFO here. Silently, Tyler Davis is a running back for LFO. He's silently having a big season. I like Trayvon Gotton, who was mentioned just a minute ago, Ladarius Bunch. He could have a big game. I'm going to go LFO because of a kid named Bryson Sullivan, their kicker. This is a kid when the offense ain't working, he can change the field. He can flip the field. He's having some monster punts this year. He's also pins them deep. He's put plenty inside the 10. I like the field control that LFO can do here. So I'm going with the Warriors, and Lawrence also is going LFO.
Wow! So I'm out on the limb by myself here. I guess I'll take Mr. Massey with me because I pulled up the Massey ratings. Just interested in this one, and Massey has Gordon Lee 21-20, and that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Wow!
Really close one. So I'll lean the Gordon Lee direction. Next one, another big game. This time in a different classification. Lumpkin County 5.5 point favorite at Gilmer. I'm going to sound the alarms on this one. I like the Bobcats. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Lumpkin as well, and I think Lumpkin has been very talented. And these both of these two teams have been teams that's kind of jumped off the map at us that we really didn't expect early in the season to have the seasons that they're having. And congratulations to both teams. But I'm going to take this one as my upset special. I'm going to take the Gilmer Bobcats at home to cover the 5.5 or win the game outright.
Yeah. I'm going Gilmer. I agree with you. I'll go with Gilmer here. I think this could be a team that competes for that region title. Lawrence also thinks Gilmer. He's picking Gilmer. He's going with you.
So Lumpkin, congratulations. We all picked Gilmer, so Lumpkin's going to win the game probably. Anyway. All righty. Flipping on down in that same region there, Pickens County at Dawson County. I'm surprised to see this big of a spread. I think Pickens is a pretty good team. I know they've had some issues with some of the big dogs, but I think it's closer than the 32.5, and it may be a lot closer than 32.5. But I like Dawson County in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go Dawson County as well, and so is Lawrence. I do think Pickens is a good team with a tough schedule.
Yes, I agree with you. I'll tell you what. Let's take this next one and save it for the end because I think this is a very interesting game that we might have different opinions about. The Fannin County model game. We'll skip on down. Gordon Central at North Murray. I know you'll be at your home stadium at North Murray this week. North Murray is a 34.5 point favorite. I think that's probably about right, and I think North Murray rolls.
Yeah, I'm going North Murray. That's a very good offense they got, explosive. And Lawrence is going North Murray as well.
All righty. Next game down through there, all of these are region games at this point. Haralson County at Rockmart. Rockmart's a 34.5 point favorite. This will be the toughest team Haralson sees, and I see this being about around the spread that it has.
Yeah, Rockmart. Yeah, they're too tough. They're a contender in AA. You beat Rockmart, you got to do certain things. I think the things you got to do, I don't know, you might struggle to do them against that team. So I'm going Rockmart, and so is Lawrence. He's going Rockmart as well.
All righty. Forest Park at Bowden. My first question is, do you know anything about Forest Park?
No, I don't.
It's probably dark at night. I'm just kidding. Forest Park. I've never. Is it near a park or is it?
I have no idea. I've never heard it. Well, I think I may have seen them on a scoreboard a few times here and there. But I don't know where they're located at, where they're from.
Yeah, I don't either. I'll have to look that up. But I mean, I'm just by knowing the other team, I'm going to go with Bowden, and I think they probably are somewhere around that spread there.
I'm going Bowden as well, and so is Lawrence. Bowden's they got a shot at it. I don't want to jinx them and say they can go away, but I'm starting to believe.
I like Bowden, and a couple of comments rolling in here. Chalk, I agree. A lot of chalk here. Next thing, obviously Miss Tia is a Red Devil. She's go Red Devils. And then a little information for us is near Morrow.
Okay.
Does that do you any good?
Nope.
All righty. Next game, Mount Zion out Mount Vernon. These teams, if I'm not mistaken, they're not too far apart down there. I know a little bit about Mount Vernon. I know that Mount Zion has the good running back and a couple other really good players. They've played a pretty good schedule this year, and they've won majority of their games. But I think I like Mount Vernon in this one, and a close one, probably around what the spread has, 7.5.
I am going Mount Zion. I'm not.
Ah,
I think it's a very tough team. I
yeah,
think
I don't blame you.
I think they're getting wound up for region play. It's coming. Lawrence is going Mount Vernon.
Okay. All righty. Next one, Mount Pisgah, a 23-point favorite at Christian Heritage. Um, I like Mount Pisgah in the game. I think it'll be a little bit closer than the 23 on the road. Maybe something like 17 or 14, but I'll take Mount Pisgah in the game.
Yeah, I'm taking Mount Pisgah. That team can sling it around. Quarterback named Jackson Doya, I think he goes over 200 or 2,000 yards in this game. So that's how good their passing game is. And Lawrence is also going Mount Pisgah.
There you go.
Yep.
Crawford County at Heard County. 34.5-point favorites. Heard County. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know much about Crawford County. I know if the spread's this big, then something's going right for Heard. So I'll take Heard in this game.
I'm going to go with Heard. And Lawrence also is going Heard County.
All righty. Three more, and then the final game. Darlington is a 34.5-point favorite on the road at Chattooga. I'll take Darlington, and they'll probably meet that number on the spread, and it is. I'll be there, and it is homecoming. So congratulations, Darlington! You have to sit through all the homecoming festivities.
Well, I'm going Darlington, and Lawrence is going Darlington. We've liked this team from the early on in the season. We think they got a shot at it.
Yes, sir. And skipping down to the next game, it's funny that they're the game right underneath, but we talked about Trine and Darlington kind of being on that collision course, and Trine got over the Dade County. I guess you'd call it a speed bump. Tough game last week. I went and watched that. That was a good game. Both ways. Trine was able to get the victory. Kind of sets them up as long as they can continue to take care of their business. Kind of sets them up for that last week against Darlington at Darlington for the region title. But trust me, 33 point. Coosa's not scared. Coosa's going to come in there. They're going to give it their all. I think 33 might be a little much. Trine has a good team. I think 33 is a little much, but I'll take Trine in that one.
Yeah, I'm going to go Trine, and so is Lawrence. I think what you saying earlier about Darlington and Trine, they're on that collision course to meet at Game 10, and I think that's going to be an outstanding game to watch.
I totally agree with that one. This one here, Armurchie at Pepperell. Pepperell is a 19.5-point favorite. Armurchie comes off of the big win at home where they reeled off 20-something straight in the second half to win like 54-21 over Chattooga. Pepperell played Chattooga a couple weeks ago, and it was a 21-7 final, kind of a tougher game. The spread's 19.5. I'm going to take Pepperell at home, but I think Armurchie has the ability to keep this one close, kind of gut it out. If they can keep Pepperell from lighting the scoreboard up, I wouldn't be surprised if Armurchie's right there in this game late.
I think this could be a high-scoring game. We saw Armurchie score 50 last year or last week for the first time since 2008.
Yeah.
And so I think if they can keep that going, I mean, they can turn this into a 50-some point game. It'd be interesting to watch. But I'm going to go Pepperell at home, and so is Lawrence.
Gotcha.
I figured he'd pick the Indians, the Blue Indians.
Yeah. All righty. See if I can rein this game in here. There we go.
Oh, boy. This is a big one.
Yeah, so we'll talk about this one right quick. This is the one we skipped over. Fannin County at Model. I think it's going to be big that it's in Model and not at Fannin. I think that's a huge advantage for the Model side. Model, jumped up off the mat a few weeks ago, went 2 trying and scored, just as many points in one game as they scored all year against as we've seen, a pretty good trying team. That Model defense has been stiff all year. This will be another test for them. Man, I honestly, I'm up to this point and I still don't know who I'm going to pick. I've talked about both sides. Something tells me that Fannin County has figured it out. I think that they're going to come in there and they're going to get a close one. I'm going to take Fannin. I know I was talking Model earlier, but I'm going to take Fannin at this point. And on the road, Fannin on the road.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Fannin in a close one. I like what Model's done.
Yes.
This is what we've seen over the past couple games. Of course, they struggle with Rockmart, but everybody struggles with Rockmart,
Yes.
But their offensive explosion that we haven't seen in years past. So that's interesting to see. But I'm going Fannin, and Lawrence is, believe it or not, Lawrence is going Model. This is Lawrence's upset special. He's got the Model Blue Devil helmet on his desk. If you ever watch his podcast, there's a helmet back there. It's Model Blue Devils, and that's who he's sticking with this week.
And, I won't let him live it down. I keep reminding him, but he did say that if Model goes to beat Tryon, Model is going to be the second team in that region. So he's sticking to it. I'll give him credit.
Yeah.
He's taking Model over Fannin. So, he's sticking to it here. And we'll see how it goes. So 2 Fannins and a Model on that one.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah. So that's all the games we have for you. We will be live after the games this weekend at this Friday night at 11 o'clock or somewhere around 11 o'clock. I should be able to get on at that time. I think Lawrence may join us for a little bit. Hopefully have a lot of games to talk about, a lot of good games. I have a feeling that all these spreads that some of them are not going to hit. I think you're going to see some closer games, some surprise games. So hopefully we'll have some good, clean football.
Yes, sir. And I'll be on. Don't be scared to jump in and join the show, everybody. Make sure you comment and everything. And
yeah, I mean,
come on, just let us know.
We can put your comment on. Yeah, if you want to come on and talk, we can do like I should do and remove my face from it. You can still hear me talk, but you can't see me. But
put my ugly mug up there. Nobody want to come on the show.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll be on after the games Friday, and thanks for joining us.
All right, we'll see you guys.